This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of Phatts TV, sanctioned by PA Phatts and the non-genetically proven son. Any and all words have been authorized during the show. There is nothing off limits. Nobody is restricted from watching and participating in the show. It is a free-for-all. Commencing at the siren, any and all discussions will be legal for an extended period of time. Sports, politics, and any and all controversial topics will be talked about. You have been warned. May God be with us all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Phatts TV on this Wednesday night, December the 15th, 2021. As we mentioned last week, this week was going to be fluid based on the young man in the upper left's schedule being finals week. He's coming to you live from his underground bunker deep in the heart of Center County, Pennsylvania. The one, the only, non-genetically proven son.
Woo!
How's it going?
I'm done with the semester.
That's good. One more to go.
Thanks.
And then you're a graduate.
Again.
For the fourth or third time.
What?
Kindergarten, preschool.
Did we have graduation for that?
Yes.
I don't remember.
So I'm throwing a curve into tonight's show that the non-genetically proven son doesn't even know that we're throwing into. Because he's going to be shutting his pie hole for the first few segments. We're going to be doing a little bit of politics tonight, too.
Okay.
I mean, he is allowed to talk, but I want to start tonight with our friends from Facebook.
Oh.
Finally admitting their fact checkers are really just opinion checkers. You see, John Stossel, I don't know if you know who John Stossel is. He's a media guy. He used to work for Fox. I don't know if he still does. He basically sued Facebook, Metaverse, whatever the fuck they're calling themselves these days. And in court documents, yeah, that, what's his name, admits, yeah, our fact checkers really are just opinionated people. You know, facts are actually our opinions. Oh, really? Really, you stupid motherfucker? Like, we didn't know that. Huh. So, you're taking down what my thoughts are and my opinions because you disagree with them. Not because they're not factual. Huh. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? Huh. Beyond the threshold, Section 230 problem. The complaint also fails to state a claim for defamation. For one, Stossel fails to plead facts establishing that Meta acted with actual malice. This is their this is the defendants, their claim as to the defamation, should be thrown out of court. Which, as a public figure, he must. For another, Stossel's claim focus on fact-check articles written by Climate Feedback, nor the labels affixed through the Facebook platform. The labels themselves are neither false nor defamatory. To the contrary, they constitute protected opinion. Let me repeat those words again. They constitute protected opinion. Now, I realize I'm old, and it's been a long time since I was in first grade, but I remember back to first grade reading class when we learned what the difference of fact versus opinion. Fact, like the number 2 comes after the number 1 when we're talking whole numbers. Fact, Saturday comes after Friday when we're listing out the days of the week in order. Opinion, orange is the best color in the world. Fact, Facebook is a bunch of fucktoids. That's fact, not opinion. At least that's what that's. Fuck you, Facebook. Yeah. You know what? You're just another little liberal, garbage, progressive piece of fucking trash. That's all you are. That's it. That's it. You're nothing. You're a nobody. You think you can control us. You don't. You're as bad as the fucking government. Speaking of facts versus opinions, our friends on the other side of the pond.
So, England?
England. Our friends, we fought them twice in war. We kicked their ass both times. Then they wanted to become friends with us. Because we kicked their fucking ass twice.
Yeah, now they're scared of us.
That's a fact, by the way. Not an opinion.
I wouldn't say we kicked their ass.
We kicked their ass.
We fought not to the traditional rules of war to win.
Did we win? Did we win?
Because the king didn't really care about it.
Did we win?
Yeah, technically.
Did we kick their ass off this continent?
I
Not
don't
once.
think we kicked anybody's ass.
Not once, but twice.
But yet we couldn't beat Vietnam.
But anyway, well, they're a bunch of...
But anyway.
Gooks fight harder, what can I say? So, there's a wave of myocarditis going on.
What is myocarditis?
Heart inflammation.
Okay.
You're actually seeing it a lot in soccer players these days over in Europe. A lot of them have collapsed on the field during matches. Yes, you could name a couple.
Sergio Aguero retired today.
Yes, because of heart problems.
He has heart problems.
Yes. There was another player today that had to be taken off the field early because of breathing problems.
Do you know who?
No. I don't even know. I don't even know what league it was in. It wasn't in the Premier League.
Oh.
So
somebody got subbed off in the German league in the 28th minute, so maybe it was that.
There you go. It did happen in the first half. Yes. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know, we didn't have this problem before, and now we got this problem. We know 2 years into COVID that COVID doesn't cause heart inflammation.
No.
But we do know that the the vaccine can cause heart inflammation. So, I want to talk about a couple articles that the news people over in Britain have recently published about things that could be causing this myocarditis.
Okay.
Okay. Brits warned over Christmas tree syndrome that could prove deadly. So now all of a sudden Christmas trees could cause myocarditis. The type of festive allergy known as Christmas tree syndrome can aggravate the lungs and trigger asthma attacks. according to leading charity asthma, blah, 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 and cause heart inflammation. Christmas trees. You don't say.
Okay.
Wave of cardiac condition possibly linked to mysterious climate changes.
Ah.
Huh. Climate change is causing myocarditis. Climate change.
Yeah, sure it is.
Climate change. Uh-huh. And here's the best one yet. Now, I could give you 10 million guesses about what what could be causing myocarditis.
Water.
No. It's not a physical thing.
I was gonna say the pretty line referee.
Yeah, it's not a physical thing.
It's not a physical thing. Air.
Too much blank makes young people feel unsafe and unprotected. A possible explanation of alarming myocarditis events.
Too much.
Fill in the blank.
Oxygen.
No.
Is it a gas?
No.
It's
No.
not a gas.
No.
Too much thinking?
No, but you're kind of on the right track, actually.
Too much talking?
No.
Too much sleeping?
No. Too much freedom makes young people feel unsafe and unprotected. A possible explanation of alarming myocarditis events. You're too free, ladies and gentlemen. You now have heart problems because you're too free. We're going to put you in chains. We're going to restrict everything to protect you. Where have we heard this before, Mr. Hitler? Huh.
Can't forget about the other one.
Can't think of it. Goddamn Joe Stalin. Can't think of it.
How about a third one?
Oh, I can't think. You know. Seriously, people in Britain are too free. So they're developing heart problems. They're too free. You gotta be fucking kidding me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
These are the actual words. Too much freedom makes young people feel unsafe and unprotected. A possible explanation of alarming myocarditis events.
Something doesn't sound right about that.
Too much freedom. Right out of the mouth of Joseph Stalin. Too much freedom. I could just see Hitler up there on the podium banging away. They're coming to take me away, ha ha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho hee ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful. Now the sirens are go. We're gonna take away your freedoms, Hitler would say, to protect you. This is progressivism. This is why I always say progressivism is a disease, ladies and gentlemen. It is a disease. There's no doubt it's a disease. That's not opinion. That's a fucking fact. There's another one coming to take me away.
Ha-ha!
Ha-ha!
Hey, I have a funny story that I heard today on the radio.
Go for it.
So, we all know our lovely city, San Francisco.
I left my heart in San Francisco.
We all know how you feel about San Francisco.
Yes.
So, they cut the police spending by a lot.
Yes.
I don't want to say it was like 100 million, but I swear that's what he said.
That's
It was like 120 million. And there's a crime wave going through San Francisco.
Yeah, they're trashing a lot of stores.
And they don't know why.
Yeah.
They thought taking away the police was going to cause less crime.
Yeah.
In the most crime-ridden city in America. Huh.
Yeah. Actually, that leads us right into the next topic. Attaboy. Attaboy. So speaking of San Francisco, good old cunt, and that's a fact, Nancy Pelosi. This basically goes to what she said. She says, there is an attitude of lawlessness in our country that springs from I don't know where.
You?
She doesn't know where lawlessness is springing up in our country.
When you let people riot and there's no consequences, I wonder where.
Yeah.
When you could loot for no consequence, I wonder where that lawlessness comes from.
So I want to play a video.
All right.
About potentially where this lawlessness is coming from. Huh. I know you guys like videos. That's a fact. I know you like when I play videos. That is a fact. That's not opinion. That is a fact.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if he lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight. And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I wonder where it could be coming from. Yeah. I just wonder where it could be coming from.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I thought there was consequences for planning to assassinate the president or saying you're going to.
Yeah, there is, unless the president was Trump. Yeah. Yeah. Just remember why they didn't like Trump. It wasn't because Trump was a Republican. No. No. Because Trump wanted to get rid of all of them. He wanted to return the government to you. Right where it belongs, to the people. Just like Andrew Jackson wanted to do all them years ago. We're the ones that run the government. The people do. Not the politicians. He wanted to take their power away. Remember, drain the swamp. Go back and listen to his inaugural address. When he said the government belongs to you. Yeah. I wonder where all this violence could be coming from. Huh. Yeah. Maybe it's because, we all have heart conditions because we're all too free. That it's, taking over our brains as well as our hearts. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Freedom is a dangerous thing to the government. Dangerous times, my friends. Dangerous times. The fact is, there's, about 500 of us for every one of them, or more. 1,000 of us for every one of them. 10,000 of us for every one of them. Wouldn't be hard for us to take the power that belongs to us if we wanted to. We just got to do it. Just got to stop being apathetic and go do it. Will a few of us die? Yeah. I'll sacrifice. I'll be one of them. Yeah. Let's talk about Travis Hunter.
Who is Travis Hunter?
Who is Travis Hunter? No. A lot of whispers in the peanut gallery. A lot of whispers in the peanut gallery. A lot of whispers. So, Travis Hunter is a high school kid.
Okay.
He's a senior this year. He's a football player. Football player. Football. Primary positions, wide receiver, cornerback. Okay. Who is Travis Hunter's favorite football player? Any guess? Current or past? Any guess? Anybody? Bueller? Non-genetically proven son? You know? Prime time, Deion Sanders. Prime time. In fact, he wants to model who he is as a football player off of Deion Sanders. Let me see if I can find his quote really quick. Travis Hunter idolized Deion Sanders growing up. Hunter models his game and the way he carries himself both on and off the field, much in the same way Prime Time did when he starred at Florida State in the NFL. Quote unquote, "I bring a whole lot of intensity and talent," Hunter said, "and I want to be the next Deion Sanders, and I'm going to live up to it." That's what Travis Hunter had to say. Big shoes. Big shoes. Big shoes to fill.
Big shoes.
Really big shoes to fill. So, a few months ago, Travis, by the way, is the #1 overall recruit in this year's recruiting class. Is he not?
That he is.
Interesting, though, after the news of today, ESPN now ranks him as #2. They dropped him a slot.
Who did they put at #1?
I do not know. All I know is I saw a thing from ESPN that said the #2 recruit.
ESPN. Recruiting ranking.
Yeah. We're going to talk a little bit about ESPN in a minute on it when we're done talking about good old Travis Hunter. We're going to talk about ESPN if I remember to bring it up.
They put Walter Nolan,
Okay.
defensive tackle, committed to A&M.
Okay. So, a few months ago, Travis Hunter verbally committed to Florida State.
That he did.
Do we know who else went to Florida State when he was in college?
Prime time.
Prime time. Makes sense. Makes sense. Following his idol to Florida State. Well, as Lee Corso would say, not so fast.
Not so fast.
Not so fast. Prime time happens to be a football coach. Did you know that? He's in his second year.
Well, now I do.
Coaching for a small college called Jackson State.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Who beat Florida State this year?
It's a predominantly black college in the South, the SWAC. Okay? Nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, prime time was on with the Barstool guys yesterday. You didn't know that, did you? No. Primetime likes to appear with the Barstool guys quite often. In fact, he used to do a weekly show with them and make football picks. I don't know if he still does the show or not. Probably shouldn't be if he's a football coach, but anyway. So, gonna play a video, because I know you guys like videos. That's a fact. On what Primetime said about 24 hours ago.
Just be ready, Dion, when you...
24 hours ago. So, here's Primetime. I'm with the Barstool guys.
Just be ready, Dion, when you end up at a big-time Division I, you better take out 1,000 ads in the paper on leaving. Like, I mean, I would give you I want that on the record. I was the first guy not when you tried to credit
Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen. I was the first guy.
True.
Guy.
You're
like,
right. You're right.
And by the way, you're built for
NIL.
this new transfer
you
portal.
were the original NIL guy.
It's like you literally created the transfer portal just to suit your own needs.
And the NIL. You were talking NIL before NIL 30
well,
years
Dave,
ago.
let me tell you guys this. Signing day is tomorrow. I'm going on record to tell you guys we're going to shock the country. I'm telling you right now, you've heard it from me. We're going to shock the country. You're not going to wait to this air to air this what I'm saying.
All right, we'll cut it.
Yeah,
every news
put that
station
out today.
Every news station, I promise you.
Just be ready.
Huh. So last night, Primetime is saying we're going to shock the world tomorrow. Last night, he's saying we're going to shock the world tomorrow. Primetime. Lo and behold, today, first day of national signing. Today's the first day those high school kids could put their name on the dotted line. Travis Hunter signs with Jackson State. Not Florida State. The number one player, now number two according to ESPN, the number one player in the nation doesn't go to a big-time school. He goes to Jackson State. Huh. I wonder why. Is it just because of prime time? A little.
Yeah, 1%, maybe.
No, a little more than 1%.
I think I would rather someone who's coaching a D1 program versus someone who's in their second season who.
Yeah, but if he wants to be prime time, wouldn't it be great to be coached by prime time?
I think to be prime time going to Jackson State's not gonna help.
Really? Huh. I believe Andre Reed would disagree with you there.
Andre Reed.
What school did Andre Reed go to?
Probably Jackson State.
No, why don't you Google Andre Reed and see what school he went to? I'm just going to tell you now, he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Okay, good for him.
Well, you might be a little surprised at the school he went to.
He probably went to, like, Kutztown.
That is exactly where he went to.
I know there's a guy who went to Kutztown who is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens, but the percent of that happening is significantly less.
Steve McNair, Alcorn State. Where did Jerry Rice go? Look up where Jerry Rice went for me. He may have went to a big college. I don't know, but I don't think so. I think he went to a little college.
Mississippi State.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a big college.
Yeah. But I could list player after player after player that went to small colleges that mean, we're in. If you're good, you're going to get noticed. Now, again, is prime time the only reason he said screw you to Florida State and went to Jackson State? No.
By the way, to go off of what you said, now obviously I know nothing about football.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Really nothing.
Yeah.
But if you're burning people in the FCS and you look really good.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to know what you're going to look like against a Georgia defense, Alabama defense, or Clemson defense? You don't know.
Sure.
So I'm going to pick somebody else over him.
Are you?
Yes. I'm not taking a chance on a first-round pick on a guy that may be good.
Okay.
I'd rather take a guy who was good and prove that he was good.
Sure. How many of them work out in the NFL?
Work out what?
So why don't you pull up the list of just the last 10 Heisman Trophy winners? And let's see how their NFL careers have gone. Go ahead. Pull up the list. Go ahead. Pull up the list.
No, because Johnny Manziel is on there.
Pull up the list. Go ahead. Let's why not look at right where the college football MVP, the Heisman winner. Let's see how their pro careers have been. Last year's Heisman winner is having a pretty good debut season.
Okay, I'm going to say one thing about the Heisman. It's rigged. No way it's not rigged.
Oh, but,
All right. We'll go from 2,000. We'll read 20 of them.
Okay.
Chris Winkie.
Yeah, he had a really great career.
I don't even know who that is.
He went to Florida State. He was a quarterback.
Good at Florida State.
Career backup. Yeah, really good.
Wait, let me... Oh, those are draft positions. Okay.
Come on. Google Heisman Trophy winners.
I have Eric Crouch.
Eric Crouch or Couch?
Crouch.
What was he, a quarterback?
Quarterback / receiver for Nebraska.
Yeah, boy, he was memorable.
Carson Palmer,
he was decent. He was decent. He led Cincinnati to the playoffs a couple times.
Jason White,
yeah. Sure.
Matt Leinart,
yeah. He was a starter. Didn't do much. Career back.
Reggie Bush. There you go.
Reggie Bush, he was decent. Decent.
A little better, at least.
Not Hall of Fame material.
Troy Smith.
Troy Smith?
He's an Ohio State quarterback. That's out the window.
That's all we need to say right there.
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow. Decent.
Yeah.
Not much, didn't last in the league long. I mean, he did have one memorable throw against Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
Sam Bradford.
Yeah. Don't see him getting Hall of
Fame. He was going to be good.
Don't see him getting Hall of Fame votes.
Mark Ingram.
Probably the best one on the list so far. You're gonna get to another one in a couple of years that's going to be really good.
Cam Newton.
Sure, Superman. Yep.
Robert Griffin III.
Whoa, another Ohio State quarterback, right? Didn't he go to
Baylor.
Oh, Baylor, yeah. Oh, he lasted long.
Can I skip 2012?
No, say it.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, is he bad in the NFL?
Yep.
He won it his freshman year.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
Jameis Winston.
Oh, yeah. He's proven a lot. What's his claim to fame? He got traded to make room for Tom Brady. There you go.
Marcus Mariota.
Mostly a career backup. He was a starter.
Here we go. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Derrick Henry.
I said you're going to get to a good one.
Derrick Henry.
You notice when the running back Heisman Trophy winners are decent.
Actually, the rest of them are all probably going to be decent in the NFL, except in a couple. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, jury's still out.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he's not going to be anything.
No. Kyler Murray.
Decent.
Burrow.
Has the potential to be decent.
And
to be pretty
Devontae
good.
Smith.
Yeah, again,
Mr.
decent.
Twig Legs.
Yeah. So...
Okay, there's one thing I have to say about a number of these.
Yeah, what?
Don't go to good teams. So, a quarterback with no line, of course they're not going to succeed.
Yeah.
What do you expect? You could have the best you could have Tom Brady, best quarterback ever, at the Jets.
Yeah.
And he's going to look just as good as Ben Roethlisberger.
But you know what? These quarterbacks all sign rookie deals that last 3 years. After 3 years, they could go wherever they want.
I wouldn't want them when they look like poop.
Well, but if it's their offensive line that's making them look bad, you think they could go somewhere else behind a better offensive line.
Maybe.
We had this discussion last year with Zach Wilson, if you remember. And actually the Alabama quarterback too, when we say, why do you want to draft the Alabama quarterback? He's always passing to wide open wide receivers.
Yeah, and he's probably on the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Well, so far, he's the best quarterback out of that class because he went to the best team with the best coach. Good players, if they get drafted to good teams, it doesn't matter what college you play. It doesn't matter if you play Division I, Division 1A, FCS. It really doesn't matter. If you're talented and you go to the right situation, you're going to be talented in the NFL. But let's say the real reason he went to Jackson State. 3 letters. N-I-L. He signed a deal. I've seen it. I've seen 2 different numbers. I've seen 1.5 million and I've seen 3 million. Who did he sign the NIL deal with? Interesting. Because exactly.
Just because you showed that video.
You can't sign an NIL deal with a college. Barstool. So, was the NIL deal contingent that he goes to Jackson State? Let's see here. He flips and yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Don't have any proof. Don't have any proof, but I'm gonna say yeah. So, we've had our discussions about NIL on our show before. I'm, for the most part, against NIL because I think it's going to make the richer teams richer. So a rich booster gives Uncle Chuck's choke and puke in Tallahassee, or let's say Talladega, or pick a small town in Alabama. You know, Uncle Chuck's roadside choke and puke all of a sudden gets $10 million to sign an NIL deal. So an Alabama player that they really want comes there. You know, that's just the rich getting richer.
You know something then? It should benefit two teams that are never going to benefit from it. Penn State, Tennessee. Two very rich schools not going to benefit from it. Because Penn State is too greedy, for one.
Well, again, it's not the schools. The schools have nothing to do with it.
Why can't go give money to champs and let them do that? Or anything downtown.
So, well, Sean Clifford has an NIL deal.
Yay.
Well, I'm just saying he does. That's all I'm saying is he does.
Another part of the reason why he stayed.
Could be. It could be. So, now you made me lose my train of thought. If all NIL is going to do is make the rich teams even richer, then I'm dead set against it. If it's going to do this, and I did mention this when we had our discussions, if it's going to do the opposite and cause parity across the landscape, then I'm all for it. Especially if when the little guy could steal a big fish like this. I know the internet is killing Travis Hunter today. But let me ask you a question, non-genetically proven son. If you're a 5-star player, and let's just say that deal is $3 million. And the same deal is offered to you, but not to go to Jackson State.
Go to Ohio State.
No, because Jackson State is predominantly an all-black college.
Fine.
To go to...
UConn.
No. To go to Mount St. Mary's.
At least pick a school, a football team.
They don't have a football. All right, so pick a small college. Like I don't want to use Kutztown because we talked about Kutztown with Andre Reed.
Delaware State.
Bloomsburg.
There you go,
Bloomsburg. You're offered $3 million NIL deal, but instead of going to a Power 5 school, you're offered a scholarship to go to Penn State.
Yeah.
You are a tight end.
Okay.
You're offered a $3 million NIL deal to go to Bloomsburg. That's the only way you could get that $3 million is to go to Bloomsburg.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Going to Penn State.
I think you're nuts.
You just told me I'm a tight end. Every tight end that's come out of Penn State in the last 5 years is insanely good.
Yeah. Does that mean you're going to be good?
Probably.
What happens if you have to play behind two other even better 5-star tight ends? And you hardly ever see the field, and then you go into the transfer portal, and then you go to UMass.
I wouldn't have went to Penn State if I knew I was going to be playing behind two other 5-stars.
I didn't give you parameters that said you were going to be a starter.
I would know if I'm being recruited.
Priebus is being recruited. He's a 3-star. He's been recruited by Penn State ever since he was a freshman. You think he's ever going to be a starter at Penn State? Not why Drew's there. Not why Drew. Not why Drew's there. He's not.
Yeah. But if I'm a 3-star, to be honest, I don't think you should look at a big school for a position like quarterback.
What's to say you don't get hurt in game 1 and can never play again?
Well, that would just suck, wouldn't it?
$3 million.
Yeah, but I feel like there's got to be something in that contract where if you're not playing or you get hurt, there's got to be something about that where it just goes away.
No, I'm sure there's not.
Then it'll stop after a year.
Let's say there's not. You are guaranteed $3 million
per year for 4 years.
No, it's for your time at Bloomsburg. You are guaranteed. So if you transfer from Bloomsburg, you lose. You don't get. You get $750,000 a year, so $3 million divided by 4 years. So you're going to get $750,000 per year as long as you stay at Bloomsburg. You transfer out of Bloomsburg, bang. You don't get the rest of it. I think you're stupid not to take the money because it's guaranteed. It's kind of like this. Different, slightly different, but the same. You hit Powerball for $200 million. Are you going to take the cash option at $110 million, or are you going to take the annuity at $200 million? There's one right answer to this, and only one.
The annuity?
No.
What?
No. You don't take the annuity. Are you stupid? You take the cash. Simply because you could invest it and make a hell of a lot more money.
Okay, but still, all right. I'm not thinking about going when I'm going to college and I'm going to get hurt the first game.
If you are a 5-star player in today's day and age, you are going to get noticed wherever you go. And you are going to still get drafted.
No.
Yes, you are.
He's not getting drafted in the first round.
I bet you he does. You know what? And you know what? He'll get drafted lower in the first round, and he'll be drafted by a good team and have a better career because of it.
He's a second or third rounder. He's not going to be that great.
Would you rather be a first rounder to the Jets, or a first rounder to or a second rounder to the Packers?
I really don't think they care.
Bullshit.
Do you think what's his face for the Jets cares that he plays for the Jets?
Yes. After
He's
a couple
in New York
years,
City making multi-millions of dollars. I don't think he cares.
Fine. Do you want to be a first rounder to the Houston Texans?
Or
do you want to be a first rounder to the Cleveland Browns? Or a second rounder to the New England Patriots?
2 teams that are probably going to win the Super Bowl in the next 15 years. Good job. I'm trying to just blow up your theory here.
He made the right move. He did. First off, you don't know what his family situation is. Maybe they really, really, really desperately need the money. You don't know that.
Yeah.
If he was offered $100,000, completely different story. But if it's $3 million, he's making the right move. Plus, now he's in with Barstool. Who's the one that keeps telling you to go apply at Barstool? By the way, all these places that you're applying for employment, has Barstool been one of them? No.
I have applied to Barstool, but what makes you think I'm going to get back when they probably get 15,000 applicants?
Well, you're going to be meeting with them, hopefully. Next semester.
To them, I'm just some dude.
That's why you got to stand out in the crowd.
How are you going to stand out?
You should be able to stand out with the size of that freaking nose.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, if you don't know how to stand out, that's your problem. You got to learn how to stand out from everybody else. You got to make them want you. You just got to figure out how.
All right, so be at 90% better, and then they'll want me. Got it.
Why do you think we do this show?
Oh, yeah, because I'm at 90% better. Yeah, that. Yes, I'm on live. I'll let you know after.
Part of the reason we do this show is to get you out there. You do realize that, right?
Well, I ain't getting in the betting world. Maybe last year I could have gotten noticed since I picked over 60%, but...
Speaking of the betting world, let's talk about the Phatts Phantastic Phive.
Woo!
So...
I'm actually excited about this week.
Last week I said to you, you got to find a virgin and make a sacrifice. Well, you must have found that virgin and made a sacrifice.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because you had a pretty good week. I did not. I had the right ideas on a bunch of the games that I picked. Just if I played the whole game instead of the halves, everything would have worked out great.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So, let's go over your picks from last week. You were 27 and 43. Yeah, don't let Erica know that.
Hey.
By the way, a great way to get noticed, like when you do meet with them, is to know everything about them. Show them that you have interest in working for them. Blow them away with your knowledge of their company.
Gotcha.
So in other words, do a little work, do a little research.
Effort.
And name drop me, of course.
Yeah, that'll get me hired.
So you had Tennessee minus 8.5.
Easy.
Winner. They won 20-0, right? I believe.
20-0. Yeah.
You had Tampa Bay minus 3.5. It was a winner, but it wasn't easy.
All right. They're up like 24-3 in this game.
They were.
And they won in freaking overtime.
Yeah, and you got lucky that they didn't kick a field goal to win.
Yeah. I do not know how Tampa Bay gave up a 20-point lead.
Well,
no freaking clue.
I said last week they give up a lot of points in the first half. That last week they decided to give up a lot of points in the second half.
Well, because I watched the first half. I was able to watch the first half. Tampa Bay walked down the field 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Walked it. So, but I still won.
Yeah. And then the game that I'm not sure how you won.
Hey. After the first half, I wrote it down as a loss because, Joe Burrow couldn't finish a freaking drive.
All right, but correct me if I'm wrong. It was 20-20 going into overtime.
20-20.
So there was only one way you could win.
Yeah, field goal and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So the Bengals, well, I could have still won with 3 field goals.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So the Bengals in overtime were inside the 30, or even it might have been the 20, to be honest. And they kicked the field goal. I don't know how they didn't get a touchdown. They kicked the field goal. So I just need the 49ers. There was like 5 minutes left to go in overtime. Score a touchdown. And they did. With a minute some to go. Won by half point. All right.
Yep. Then your loser, you had the under 43 in the Giants-Chargers.
Yeah, Giants put up freaking 21 with a backup quarterback.
Well, because they didn't end up having to play their third string.
But still.
Yeah.
How many games have they scored 21 this season? Once, twice.
3 times a lady.
4 times. They've scored 21 or more.
And how many did the Chargers score?
37.
Okay, so, as long as the Giants put up 1 touchdown, the game goes over.
But also, how did the Giants give up 37 to an average offense?
Well, And then you have, which was probably, again, a pretty easy play, and we talked about this on the show, the over 27.5 in Green Bay's team total.
Yep, I didn't watch a single ounce of that game. Disappointed I did it because it was a pretty good game.
It was a pretty good game. Especially once the second quarter started.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see Rodgers throw 350 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Hope you had him in fantasy.
I did not. I had a buy in fantasy because I'm the number 1 seed again.
Wow, it's because you cheat.
I do not. I just know
You
how
get
to
carry over players.
2, and one of them is on injured reserve.
Yeah, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, so it's not like
and you get and quarterbacks give you the most points in your league.
Yeah, and I didn't carry over a quarterback.
You didn't carry over Kyler Murray?
No.
Who'd carry over? Henry and a wide receiver?
Who did I carry over? That's a great question. Because
I know you always been carrying over Saquon, but you dropped him this year.
Right, I dropped him. I think I kept another running back.
Did you the Panthers one?
No, I don't have him. And he was been on injured reserve most of the year.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. Hold, please.
Fournette? The Browns running back?
No.
I'm just thinking of good running backs, man.
I think it was it Darrell Henderson I kept?
I don't even know who that is.
He's the starter for Los Angeles. Hold on. Draft recap. I kept... Oh, no. Tyreek Hill. Duh.
Yeah, so probably the best receiver in the league. Or one of.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Cheating!
The key is for me to find a good quarterback every year.
I guess you automatically get the last pick in the first round when you win?
No.
Oh.
It's by random draw by ESPN every year. I was out of our 10 teams, I was the 6th pick this year.
Okay.
So my first pick was Stephon Diggs, and then Justin Jefferson. So that basically took care of all my wide receivers.
Yeah.
And then I picked quarterback, Justin Herbert. And then I took Myles Gaskin.
Herbert.
Yeah, and then I took Mark Andrews. Then I took Darrell Henderson, running back. Then I took Michael Gallup, and then I took Ryan Tannehill as my backup quarterback. Then I took the Rams defense, and I took a kicker. And then I took Naheem Hines, and I took Rob Gronkowski as my backup, and then I took another defense backup. So then all the rest are just... So, but no, what I do really good is I pay attention. So where I was weak this year was on the running backs. That was my weak spot, except for Derrick Henry. So what I do was, as soon as I know that a running back gets hurt, I put in a waiver claim for him. And in our league, waiver claims go. Whoever has the worst record gets the first waiver claim. Well, if they don't put in a waiver claim for anybody, then it goes up to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And I historically, for like the 3rd year in a row, started out really bad in this league. I was literally like 1-4. So I was getting really good waiver claims each week. And then I pick up good running backs. Backup running backs that have become starters. And I went on like a 6 or 7 game winning streak. That's how it works every year. I get to face our buddy Josh. I chastised Josh. Chastised him. Because he really didn't set a good lineup in the first round of the playoffs. Because he picked Buffalo as his defense when he could have had the Browns as his defense. That's his other defense. I'm like, why the hell did you choose Buffalo playing Tampa Bay? I'm like, you're going to lose because of it. He still ended up winning by like 8 points because his kicker got him like 1,012 points. I still don't know how he won because I'm pretty sure he only had his kicker left on Monday night. And so I'm not really sure how he won, but he wound up winning. But yeah, I chastised him good. But anyway, so now I face him in the semifinals. So I'm guaranteed to win some money because you got to make it to the semifinals to win money.
Congratulations.
But if I win the league, this will be my 4th or 5th straight year I've won.
Congratulations.
Because I pay attention. So now let's look at your picks this week. And we went totally like opposite of doing picks this week.
Yeah?
We did. I mean, we don't have anything that disagrees with each other. We don't have anything that agrees with each other. We don't even have the same league.
Yeah. Let's say you told me I could pick college games, but up until next Tuesday, but I don't know anything about like any of the teams.
Right. So, and what else did I tell you? There's a lot of players on COVID protocols.
Yeah.
There's like a record number of players, so God only knows who's playing and who's not.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's look at your pick. You took New England plus 2.5 over Indy. Both teams coming off of a bye. The game is in Indy, I believe.
In Indy.
I think this could be easily the game of the weekend. I think this is going to be a really good game.
Should be a good game.
I mean, the game of the weekend certainly isn't going to be the Jets, Miami.
I mean, the Colts are, I think they're the best, like, 7-6 team in the league.
Yeah, probably.
They probably shouldn't be 7-6, but the Patriots are also, like, the hottest team in the league.
Yeah, they won 6 or 7 in a row.
I wish it was 3.
Of course
That's what I wanted, but was 3. But I think they will win the game outright.
All right. You took under 44.5, Carolina Buffalo. Let's go, Buffalo.
There's a lot of players not playing.
Okay. But at least, or there's a lot of players in COVID protocol.
Yeah. Like, there's a bunch that are questionable, and it's like all the good players for Buffalo.
Okay. So if they wind up not playing, that could be a really good thing.
Yes, if they do, I don't think Carolina's going to put up too much on Buffalo, so I think it still should hit.
Got ya.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. You have Dallas team total over 27.5, and Dallas plays
Giants.
The Giants.
Yeah. Giants defense is kind of crap.
Or are you just basing that off of last week?
I mean, historically this year, they're not that great.
All right. Where's the game at?
New York.
Okay.
But they give up 37 to the Chargers. They gave up even 20 to the Dolphins. The Dolphins. Yeah, 30 to the Bucks. Only 20 to the Chiefs. Dallas has a good offense, though. I like their chances to put up 28. I don't know if they're going to win the game. I don't care if they win the game. I kind of hope they lose.
Yeah. You just
but as
need
long
them
as
to
they put
score
up 28.
Yeah. And then speaking of the Jets, you took them against Miami getting double digits.
That's the main reason why I took them. I think that's a little on the high side for what I think it should be. I mean, the Jets they're 3 wins. That's like more than they've had in the last like 6 years.
Put together?
Miami, are they even fighting for the division at all? Like, are they even? I mean, the playoffs, not the division. At 6 and 7. No. So it's a wish wash. Miami should win the game,
but they are fighting for playoff. They can still make the playoffs.
That's what I said. The second one, like
you said, are they fighting for the division? Is what you said.
And then I corrected myself and said playoffs.
Got ya.
So, I don't know. NFL, more than 10 points, I feel like you should probably take the away team, especially when the home team who's giving 10 is not good.
Right. Well, the question is I think in this game, is Myles Gaskin going to wind up playing? Another player on the COVID protocol list.
Yep.
If he plays, which I hope he plays because I might have to use him as on my fantasy team. And the Jets have the number 32 rushing defense in the league, I believe. And your last pick, you took Philly, Washington under 44. There must be a lot of players on the COVID list there, too.
Yeah. Let's start with, Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders.
Okay.
Quez Watkins is out as well.
Okay.
McLaurin, Troy Apke for Washington. A lot of good players out.
Yeah. Potentially out.
Potentially, yeah. So if it goes through at that, this should hit easily.
Okay.
Especially if Philly's main offense is out.
Yes.
Starting quarterback, starting running back, even backup running back. This game could if everything goes out, this game could be like 13-9.
It could be.
And I'd be very happy with that.
It could be. You know, my very first, a little trivia. My very first bet ever was Philly, Washington.
Yeah, and you probably lost.
I did.
You want some trivia? I'll give you some real trivia. Name the player, the school, or the position of the guy who won the Heisman first.
He was a punter.
He was not a punter. I don't think punters can win the Heisman.
He was a halfback.
Way. I thought you think of that.
Well, I wasn't going to say quarterback because they didn't pass the ball much back then.
Yeah. I just didn't think you'd say halfback.
Ah, what do you know?
You would never think of this guy who won the Heisman second, then.
Okay.
What position would he play?
Fullback.
End.
All right. But anyway, yes. I was up in the air. Did I want to take the Eagles or did I want to take the over? And I took the Eagles, which was the dumbest bet in the world because I didn't know anything about betting back then, and that was a division road favorite. Boy, was that a dumb bet.
Yeah, kinda.
And the game flew over the over. Oh, well. So let's take a look at my wonderful bets. I'm the one that now needs to find the virgin to sacrifice. I had the Jets plus 5.5. That was just a bad pick. They suck. They're truly bad. I had the under first half Baltimore Cleveland. If you recall, I like this because Baltimore's been averaging 2 points in the first half. Well, them in Cleveland all of a sudden decided to score a lot of points in the first half. They didn't score that many in the second half, so I had the wrong half. San Fran Cincy, first half over 24.5. They almost got there. Almost. They scored like 20. Something like
23.
that. Something like that. 20, 23. Buffalo, first half, team total over 12.5. As I said earlier, Tampa was giving up a shit ton of points in the first half. Well, this week they gave up a shit ton of points in the second half. And Arizona minus 2.5. I should have known better. So I took the bagel this week like you took last week. 0-5. That makes me 36-39. First time this year I am under 500.
Welcome to the club.
So I went the college bowl route this week.
Yeah, you did.
Since I'm obviously not seeing the NFL very good, and if we did this show Friday, I may have had a better idea of who may be playing and who may not be playing. So I don't want to touch that. This, I know a guy who, for years upon years, he's a little Jew.
Okay.
Not that means anything. But he's Jewish. Which, actually, that does mean something. It means he knows his shit, pretty much.
Yeah.
Trust me, in this household, we are not prejudiced against Jewish people. We're not Jewish, but we are not prejudiced against Jewish people. Not in the least bit. They are our friends. We're not prejudiced against anybody, though, to be honest. Except for lazy people. We don't like lazy people. But anyway, he is really good at wagering.
Yeah?
And he always publishes things for bowl games with power rankings and stuff. So I kind of used his power rankings a little bit to help me with my wagers this week. Because again, with us doing the show on Wednesday, I really didn't have time to look at stuff again. If we did the show on Friday, I would have spent most of the day Friday studying because I have off of work on Friday. So I took Toledo minus 10.5. I took Coastal Carolina minus 10.5. I took Appalachian State. I don't even know if I spelled that right. I hope I did.
I might have to look that up. Let's look.
minus 3. I took UAB plus 7. I know they're playing BYU. And I took Liberty minus 9.5. So 4 favorites, 1 underdog. Even though I'm the one...
Wow, you did spell that right.
Hey, what do you know? Even though I'm the one that said you play underdogs early in bowl games and favorites late, here I am starting with a bunch of favorites.
So Toledo's playing MTSU in
Yes.
the Bahamas Bowl.
Yes. That game's Saturday at noon.
Coastal Friday at noon.
Oh, is it? That's right. Is it Friday? Yeah, it is Friday.
Yes.
Yes.
Coastal Carolina's playing North Illinois in the Tailgater Cure Bowl.
Yeah, if they play to their potential, they will roll them.
App State's playing Western Kentucky. Interesting pick.
Yeah. Well, the power rankings have Appalachian State that is like to win this game by 3 touchdowns. So.
Okay. So you're telling me UTSA isn't that good then?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what the power rankings
You said it's playing BYU. That was the one game I did look at. I'm like, BYU, the number 13 team in the nation, got a crappy bowl.
Yeah. Well, the power rankings have BYU by 1.5. So.
And you like Liberty against Eastern Michigan.
Yes.
Well,
and that's probably the one I like the most.
Okay.
Again, all things being equal, I didn't look to see what players might be opting out, but you usually don't get players opting out on these kind of bowl games, on these kind of teams. So Liberty should roll Eastern Michigan if they're trying.
There was a couple games next week that I liked.
Okay.
Like next week I'll pick them.
Okay.
Probably.
So yes,
like
that's what we're doing for our bowl games. Let me wrap this up. So you took New England plus 2.5, the under 44.5 in Carolina Buffalo, Dallas team total over 27.5, the New York Jets plus 10, and the under Philadelphia Washington of 44. I took Toledo minus 10.5, Coastal Carolina minus 10.5, Appalachian State minus 3, UAB plus 7, Liberty minus 9.5, and those are this week's Phantastic 5. And here's our faces with the lovely graphic.
Woo!
All right, so yes, we discussed, well, I made the executive decision. Since we don't ever do the show before Wednesday, the bowl games go from Wednesday to Tuesday for our weekly picks. Now, if we do the show on Thursday, we can't take any games on Wednesday. So, the game has to start after our showtime starts. So.
Well, there's a couple games I like the week of Christmas.
Okay.
Like Army against Missouri, UCF playing Florida. Big team, little bowl.
Yes.
Kind of like Hawaii in the Hawaii Bowl.
Yes.
They're getting a touchdown.
That's a lot of travel for them. They might be tired.
Especially when Memphis is going out there.
Yeah. That's right in their own backyard.
I also kind of like Houston. That was the only other one I saw.
Houston, I know in the Jews' power rankings, Houston is like big time compared to what the line is.
Auburn is -3.
Yeah, and
Houston could probably be a favorite in this game.
Yeah, I think the power rankings have Houston by like 15 or something like that.
I was going to say Houston should probably be about the opposite, a 3 to 4 point favorite, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I could see me taking Houston too.
Oh, wow.
So, anything else you want to add before we call it night? Now, next week being Christmas week, we definitely will not be doing the show Christmas Eve. Because we'll be traveling, weather permitting. I know right now the extended forecast is calling for a potential little rain, snow, ice mix early in the morning on Friday. So we'll play it by ear, but definitely we will not be doing it Friday. So look for us either, probably more likely Thursday. we'll play it by ear. All right. Well, if there is nothing else, we will call it a night. You guys have a great, happy, healthy rest of your week. We will see you next week. And remember, if you suffer from myocarditis, it's because you're too free. And that's a fact. Wave goodbye. See ya. Like the see myocarditis because you're free.